Welcome, Mr. Galib. We just met in March and had a talk about your perspective of the two sessions for CGTN News. It's so nice to see you again. We know that you have lived and studied in China for a long time. Can you briefly introduce your educational experience and your study field?
I came to China in the year 2002. And then after finishing my bachelor degree, I did my master's MBA, and then I did PhD. And later I worked a little bit outside in some Chinese companies. And then I returned to the university once again and I did postdoctoral research. And after postdoctoral research, now I'm working in the same university where I did my postdoctoral research, Wuhan University of Technology. And now we do have a research center there named Cross-Cultural Communication and the Belt and Road Research Center. I'm the director of that center right now.
22 years is quite a long period. So how does your life here affect you in any way?
Life here for 2 decades, if I consider evaluating my life, the most important thing is that my experience. I'm from a developing country, and most of the sinologists you see around the globe are from Western countries. So we do have a very different perspective, like watching China through the eyes of a man who is from a developing country is different.
Well, this year marks the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Well, after the reform and opening up, BRI is another major foreign policy launched by China. So as the executive director of the Center for International Community and BRI Research, how do you understand the BRI?
My research area is the Belt and Road Initiative. And when you talk about the Belt and Road Initiative, you talk about development. This is more or less not a very correct perspective, but we think that Belt and Road means that constructing roads, making bridges, making airports, blah, 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 making power plants. Belt and Road has 5 goals. And among that 5 goals, the most important goal is connecting people to people, connecting people by their hearts. This is the most important goal. It is not about making roads or bridges. You make a road for who? For the people, right? Yeah. And once the people, they walk on the road has a meaning. When we see that New China came to the world in 1949, we think that the Chinese story starts from 1949. Actually, it is not. China is a country, has a profound history of 5,000 years. They have wisdom of 5,000 years. And some days ago, I read an article, and in that article, they say that let's say in 16th century, 300 most important discoveries, among the 300 most important discoveries, 170 plus was discovered by the Chinese. So you see, the people who have been living here are very wise.
We know that your research interests also include high quality development and building a community with a shared future for mankind. So do you think that this China's approaches can be used as a reference for Asia and even the world?
In most of the developing countries, we think that development means being Western. Look, I'm wearing pants, right? And this is not the dress that we actually wear in our country. Even this is not the dress that you actually wear in your country. But we are wearing this dress. Why? Because somebody told us that you have to be formal, you have to wear this thing. And China's development, why it is important? Because this is something else from the Western narrative. And countries like us, the developing world, now we have an opportunity to choose. So I think China's development is important from that reason. Another thing is that, I call it walking by using 2 legs, ensuring development without harming the nature. Clear water and green mountains are like mountain of gold and mountain of silver. If you look at the Western world during the Industrial Revolution, their environment was also polluted. The developing world, we are facing challenges, and we need the reference. China is a good reference. I remember a memory of visiting a village in Guangxi province. The name of the village is Dahua. In Tahua, 90% of the land is full of stones. It is impossible to live in that place. And exactly that is the reason the United Nations said that this place is not suitable for human living. But what Chinese Communist Party they did?
Chinese people did it, made it.
Yeah. Now they came out of poverty. There's a type of vegetable called Chinese tune. It's a type of vegetable. This Chinese tune is like a very famous delicacy, and it's not cheap. It's expensive. So, they introduce a type of farming because Chinese tune is a type of vegetable that grows on trees, not on land. It grows on trees. So the villagers, they have been introduced that, okay, you do this farming, and then through the cooperative, will sell your vegetable to the city, to the people who live in the city, because they have buying capacity. In my university, we have 35,000 students, a big community. In our canteen, we have some booths where we sell vegetables that has been grown in the rural areas, and those areas who are connected to our university, because our university also work in rural revitalization. A farmer that that our university we helped, the name of the village is Shiquan. Yeah. It is in Shanxi province. You think that it's a small model, but think about the universities. How many universities are there in China? If all the universities do this kind of things, what will happen? The result will be massive.
How do you view the spread and influence of Chinese culture internationally? Do you think there is a connection between Chinese traditional culture and Chinese approaches?
That's a good question. If you consider the Chinese people, you cannot depart Chinese people without their histories. Let's say that I've heard plenty of times in China, 君子和而不同, which means that 君子 means nobleman or gentleman. Gentleman, like if gentlemen will not differentiate. Though you and I, we are different, but a gentleman will put the things together harmoniously. So this harmonious living has been inside Chinese mindset for 5,000 years. And that is the reason you see that in China, there's 56 ethnic tribes. And they're living happily, harmoniously. The world is going through a very different time, a very tough time. And one of the root cause of this tough time is like we are out of this harmonious living. And this Chinese wisdom is actually a solution of many problems that we are facing, the world is facing.
The last question is for young people. Do you think it is necessary for young people to understand the related topics we just talked about?
I once was referred by the Deputy Prime Minister of China as a youth ambassador between China and Bangladesh, which is definitely a very, very important recognition that I got. And I also once awarded the Best Youth Award, May 4th Gold Medal in 2006. Why me? Why they give me the Best Youth Award? Why not to some Chinese? Actually, you know that here, the most important thing is that no matter where you are from, if you really work hard, you'll get the fruit. You'll get the prize. So this is something the system, the governing system here, they ensured it. Like that being a teacher in an university here, most of the time in a day, I pass with the students, the young people, and I see the enthusiasm of Chinese dream that make China great. We talk about Chinese dream, and that you don't need to see the billboards, you don't need to see the TV or other things. You just go and see the young people through their eyes. You can see Chinese dream there. And on the other hand, we do have our dreams. We do have the dream of Bangladeshi people. We do have the dream of Tanzanian people. We do have the dream of Mozambican people, right? And the thing is that our youngs need a system. Through that system, we can sow the dream in their eyes. And here we can learn it from China.
Mr. Galib, thank you for sharing so much with us.
Thank you for inviting me to your show.